Hey everyone, it's Susan. Welcome to another one of my live shows today on bad behavior. And our topic today is micro-cheating. Yet again, another phrase that we have had to create for behavior specific to this time period, because we didn't have this before. We really didn't. The rules were kind of simple and everybody knew what they were doing, and we didn't have so many outlets for social media. So first of all, hello to all of my fabulous followers. I've been writing some of you before the show went live. I adore you. Thank you so much. If you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, please do so. Remember, every week I'm here to answer your questions, and the top of the show, the first 15 or 20 minutes or so, I focus on specifically the topic. Today it's micro-cheating. I'll give you the definition. We'll talk about it. You can send me super chat, which is the little $sign at the bottom of the live chat. You can let me know what your question is. I'll definitely see it. If for some reason or other I have not answered your super chat question by the end of the show, know that I will review all of it because they come very quickly. And when the show goes and posts on my channel live, I will then answer it in cap letters right away. So I'm going to take care of all of you. So thank you, all of you. Reham, Barbaretz, Luan, Isaac, Christina, let's see, who else here? Well, Thomas Sally is here. Yes, had a fantastic time. You got a pretty enchanted life. He's one of my clients here, so great to see you. SCD, happy to see you. Gary, hi, how are you doing? Fifi, hi. Know that I adore you and I can't do this without you, and I'm here so that we can get these things sorted out. Chillmaster, yep. Okay, my trip in love. Yeah, well, that would be a subtitle for my channel. Micro-cheating. What is it? Has it been done to you? Do you want to share your story? So, micro-cheating is inappropriate sexual flirtation. Or I should say, well, flirtation is always sexual, isn't it? Really? Inappropriate flirtation on social media. That could be Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever. It is also having private accounts that you don't tell your partner about. So remember, micro-cheating is occurring in the context of you having an agreement for a committed relationship with your partner. Micro-cheating is something that, you've agreed to the standard model of sexual exclusivity and that we are each other's primary partners, right? So this is where my attention goes to you. So I shouldn't be leaking this kind of energy onto other people because clearly I'm giving them the wrong signal. But micro-cheating is purposeful. It is to gain attention. It's to stroke one's ego. It doesn't belong in a committed relationship. It also is, it can be categorized by people that have hidden contacts in their cell phone, people that they flirt with. It's listed under Bob the plumber, but it's really, I don't know, Tiffany from the strip club or whatever it is. It's just, you're not available. If you are in a relationship and you are committed to your partner, what are you doing? Stepping over the boundaries. Are you testing your confidence? Yes. There are people who really, they feel like one person is not enough. So you guys, I worked with a client just yesterday, really big, masculine, strong guy, could not have been more patient. His girlfriend that he's broken up with over this fact doesn't just micro-cheat, she steps over the line into physical. So let me be very clear. Micro-cheating is not having sex. It's not a sexual act. It is excessive flirtation that bumps right up to the boundary of I'm just about begging you to engage with me. And it's kept as being safe because, well, we're not really having sex, right? So I didn't do anything. But you've got to understand that the problem with the partner who's micro-cheating, could you go to couples therapy? Yes. I've asked many of my clients, I said, have you tried couples therapy? I also do that too, but I would like them to go to a clinician for things like this. But in truth, it's not something so much to be fixed in couples therapy. It is to be fixed in individual therapy because the person who has a partner, if the partner is loving and attentive and makes them feel safe and secure and is faithful, Why is the other person needing to test how desirable they are in front of others? It's a question of being thirsty for attention. It is a question of feeling unfulfilled from within. So you can't fix that. A couples therapist can't fix that. Only they can fix that. So the issue is way beyond this. If you're being a good partner and you're doing everything properly. So let's see, what else do I want to talk about? So do we understand, are we all clear now on what the definition is and why this is unnecessary and disrespectful in a committed partnership? Okay, it is disrespectful. Okay, Pooja's world. If you're in a committed relationship, then there are no social media or online life on your own, because if you really love somebody, then you don't need any other life where she or he is not there. Okay, so absolutely. I think what you're saying is you don't need to posture like you're single or available. Now, I had a client that I worked with. This is before I had a calendar. This is before I had a Google number when you call me. So those of you who've worked with me, this lady had my home number. She had my personal email address, and I would take appointments when people requested. Okay, that's when I started out. I'm like, oh, nobody will hire me if I work on a calendar and I only give them certain hours. Yeah, okay. Her boyfriend started in a real relationship. They were living together. They were going to be married. Then he started getting antsy and he started getting all these private accounts. He'd get a Snapchat account. He blocked her from seeing his Facebook account. She had to go to her friends and ask what he was posting. So she was not in her knowledge of what her rights are, nor was she in the knowledge of what her how to articulate to him that this was wrong. This was all kind of new when this was going on. And she was afraid to lose him because she could feel him slipping away. So the last thing she wanted to do was to have the conversation. But this is what he was doing. He had private accounts. He had separate information. Laura, thank you so much for the shout out. I thank you. She sent me a super chat. That is a donation. Thank you, Laura. So this guy ruined this relationship for his girlfriend. She started working with me to gain her confidence. He was a narcissist. He would not give up these private accounts. I have another young friend, this guy Keith, he's so amazing, okay? And I met him years ago, and my friend and I took her in, she's a fitness girl, and I took her in to get some athletic shoes. Like we went into New Jersey to get these athletic shoes, but we met him and we stayed in contact. He was just amazing. He was so evolved beyond his years. And his wife started putting these pictures of herself on Instagram, like half of her face and like sexy clothes and barely dressed and he found them and he went, what are you doing? You're my wife. I mean, what is this? She wouldn't give it up. Here's what you may hear. That's controlling. Oh, I feel like you're trying to control me. Well, I'm not trying to control you. I'm trying to control the nature of our relationship. I'm married. We're married. We have an agreement of fidelity. We have an agreement that we don't do inappropriate behavior and pretend that we're single and try and get people to pay attention to us. You know, I had somebody ask me the other day, I think the guy with the girl who is doing the inappropriate stuff. And I said, you know, I don't need 100 guys to think I'm hot. I need the man that I'm sleeping with to think I'm hot. I need my partner to think I'm hot. I don't need every man to want me. But there are people that there's no way, you can't fill them up. You keep filling and filling and filling, and it just doesn't fill them up. So if you have an agreement of exclusivity and your partner has inappropriate behavior, and you know that they have accounts they're hiding from you, they take cell phone calls. I mean, like in the bathroom. I mean, what is this? You have to have a conversation. So you may all be thinking, okay, Susan, it comes to this. I got a lot of points I want to remember, so I'm going to take a look at my notes here. So it comes to, you're going to have a conversation with them. Remember, if you're in an exclusivity arrangement and you are in a committed relationship, don't let them counter with you're controlling. This is controlling. I mean, I get to have a sense of freedom. We're not married. It doesn't matter. We've made an agreement to be exclusive. Would you like me to do that? Oh, I don't care if you do that. Well, if you don't care that I do that, then I don't think I care to be in this relationship. You know, this is so the agreement of monogamy, it includes this mutual respect. We don't push the boundaries. We don't make our partner feel uncomfortable. We don't misrepresent ourselves to others, pretending we're single, pretending we're available, pretending we're going to be available. Okay? So when you ask them why they do this, say to them, honestly, give them a shot. What are you not getting here? Why do you need multiple people to clap when my hands are not enough? Why? Why? Because maybe this is something that I can't fulfill. Do you feel neglected? Do you feel that I'm not being loving enough? Do you have something you want to tell me that we can work on? And if it's something that you undefined, I don't know, I just felt like doing it, I felt stifled, I felt whatever, maybe we need to rethink this relationship. Okay, because it's not cool. Let me look at some things that you're saying here. 4 air zeros. I was always told I was controlling or jealous when I confronted that behavior. Don't let this is the switch. This is what I call the turnaround. Very dangerous. Do not let them play that game. This is like, you've heard me talk about these stories where you have a real issue with your partner and you try to present it. They've clearly done something wrong. And then before you know it, you're defending yourself like you're the bad guy for bringing it up. Oh, I'm sorry. I upset you for noting the fact that you've been, emotionally cheating. I upset you. Oh, my bad. No. Don't let them flip on you. Now, what kind of relationship do you have? You guys have to also be very clear. Are we in a monogamous relationship? Do we have sexual exclusivity? If you have an agreement, this is why I'm all about talking to your partner and being very clear about what you've got. People in initial dating and that haven't defined what they have, the partner doesn't even know if they're with you or they're not with you, but you need to talk to your partner about your expectations. What do you need to feel safe and secure in the relationship? And explain to them the parameters of what you want to create with them. You see, the loving, committed behavior that you get in a relationship model where you devote yourself to each other, okay? That's your ride or die person, or that's your 2 a.m. phone call in the morning in the hospital, and the person's going to be there, okay? You don't get that kind of love because you're casual in the relationship. There is a price to pay. Is monogamy discipline? Of course it is. Is exclusivity and not being inappropriate a discipline? Of course. But the reward for that is the devotion and commitment of I am here for you because you are here for me. You don't get that by being cavalier. You don't get that by being sometimes I'm here and sometimes I'm not. Super chat. Okay, here we go. Thank you so much. Okay, Thomas. Hello, my dear. Okay. Maybe it is acceptable for them. Maybe it was normal in his or her family. True, that might be. Maybe different values. It means for me, he has a lack of morality, integrity, meaning at current life stage, they aren't really relationship material. Bingo! Oh my God, you're so brilliant. Do you have a coach? You're really smart. Thomas is one of my clients. Oh my God. And ladies, he's gorgeous, and evolved, okay? So when you start to know what relationships are and you know your part in it, it's very easy to see where somebody else stands. I don't care if you want to be in a throuple. You have to define the rules of engagement. Always, always, always. I'm not the morality police on what you want. I'm just saying that if you are in a committed relationship, understand that behavior that defies that is a breakdown of the relationship and should not be tolerated. It has to be called out. It has to be understood. And with call out, I don't mean like bad doggy. I mean more like we have an issue here. This really hurts me. This is how you must explain to your partner how it impacts the relationship. This is now becoming a question of trust. Why am I devoting myself to you? Why am I faithful to you? I've got people that flirt with me all day long. I don't lean over the edge. I don't have a secret account where I'm showing my glutes and my abs and stuff like this. Why? I'm not doing that. Why are you doing that? Maybe we need to revisit our agreement. Maybe we need to get very clear on what we have and what we don't have. Maybe we are not, as Thomas Sally said, on the same page. Because I know, and listen, never, ever, ever apologize for wanting what you want. Your life, you get the kind of relationship you want. You get it to function the way you want it to function. If that partner doesn't want what you want, they are free to go find what they want with somebody else. You are looking for a resonant other that mirrors your values, okay? You will always have a bit of challenges in a relationship. We need that. If we were always simpatico, there'd be no growth. We need to sometimes have our viewpoint challenged, and we come back and go, I don't know about that. I just have a client that had a breakup over a political disagreement. I know. Political opinions are very strong these days. True. But some things are, if it is fundamental to who you are, fundamental to how you function, and fundamental to the relationship, then yes, you have to be on the same page. Okay, let me see. This is a question of honesty, and it is also a question on their part of intention. What's your intention? And it's a good question to ask. What were you hoping to achieve? Okay, super chat, here we go. Cassiano, I've answered one of your super chats before. Thank you. Yes, I remember this. My boyfriend used Tinder for the whole relationship, and every time I confronted him, the excuses were different and he gaslighted me. Okay, perfect. So Cassiano, one, I am so sorry for that experience. But two, this might have been a long distance boyfriend. I'm trying to remember because this was a couple shows back, but either way, you found out the true nature of your partner. So this is why, you guys, this is why you're here. This is why we do the work together. We're doing the work together because my goal is for you to be very, very clear on what you want, how to state what you want, and how to not be ashamed of it, how to actually say it for what it is. And then that helps you to discern who should be in my sandbox with me, who's going to be playing by my rules, and who's going to value the component pieces that I want to create in this relationship that make me feel so happy. Some of these comments I'm going to come back to later. Some of them are hidden by YouTube, and I can't unlock them fast enough. Okay, I think I'm going to try and. There must have been something. You guys don't swear, or they're not going to make it. Okay, James Miller, the narcissist we spoke of in your video on future faking, turned out to be doing this with me. Okay, he partnered, and I was the other person all along, without knowing. Wow, he was partnered. Okay, it's awful and it hurts people. Yes, it's misrepresentation. So you might notice, everyone, I didn't have this job. This job that I do wasn't needed 20 years ago. Why? Because there's so much confusion. Why is there confusion? Lack of clear information. Lack of clear information, lack of knowing who you are. Not only that, lack of being able to express what you want and what you need. We've got to stop walking into a relationship going, oh, okay, whatever, I don't know what I want. Nah, whatever you want to do is fine. Oh, start to decipher what makes you happy. What do you believe? What do you want? What do you want to create? This is the most beautiful thing, because you can create a world in which your partner is respectful and you are respectful of them, because you are in harmony and in agreement with how this relationship is going to be structured. Okay? So you do understand about agreements, right? Because every relationship should indeed have a series of agreements. People are always very reluctant to define what they have. I don't care. Don't put a term on it. If you don't want to put a term on it, don't put a term on it. But at least, please try to remember that you need to give your partner a heads up as to the functionality of what you want to experience in a relationship. This is basic and essential information. Like, I want a committed partnership. I do monogamy. Do you do monogamy? Did you ever think we'd have to ask this question? I'm single. Are you single? Somebody just wrote here that most people on Tinder are married. Let's just do what we do well. Like today, I've got a contractor coming back to my house, trying to upcharge me and kind of like, sell me for something new. What do you do when you try and get them to buy something new? And I said, how about we fix the two things that are not working right now? Okay, K Air Force. Okay, thank you for the super chat. When you confront their behavior and they claim you're controlling or jealous, how do you defend yourself? Okay, perfect question. You defend yourself by asking them why they need to do that action. You answer you can answer, you can either go right to a question. No, that's not my question. I don't feel I'm controlling. You are and then use whatever the term is. You're my boyfriend. We have an agreement to be with each other. Why are you chatting this person up, pretending you're single? That hurts me. That's not our agreement. If it's a partner and you're in agreement that you have a relationship, so then you have to also say, what is your understanding of what we have? Because to me, I think we're in a relationship. I'm supposed to be your girlfriend. I'm supposed to be your boyfriend. This is what we have. We're supposed to be exclusive. And yet you're doing micro cheating. What's up with that? Why do you need to do that? So do you understand? There are a number of different ways to get there depending upon the disposition of your partner. But remember always, if you are in a relationship, if you have committed to each other, if you are of the understanding that you are a couple, this is not appropriate behavior. It's hurtful and it's disrespectful. If they want, it is the behavior of somebody who's single and looking. So the question I would want to ask again, I would repeat, is if you feel that maybe you want to give your partner a chance to explain, a chance. What do you need that you're not getting here? Do you have a complaint with me? Is there something you're not telling me? Because you're obviously looking for somebody else to give it to you. Do you need attention? If you need deep attention from tons of people, I'm one, can't give it to you. Maybe I need to rethink my position here. Don't be afraid to put parameters around how you choose to love. It's your love. It's your life. It's your heart. It's your body. You get to call the shots on how people are going to treat you. Okay? So let me dig into some of your questions here. And remember, after the first 20 or 30 minutes, we can answer generic questions. Thank you, all of you who've contributed to Super Chat. Let's see what we have here. Christina, hello, my dear. Christina, Valentina, my ex claimed his other girlfriends were fine with it. Don't you see the irony in that statement? I mean, oh, my other girlfriends were fine with it, who are exes as well. I don't think they were, or they wouldn't be exes. What a bunch of, really? Oh, I've got this great comment from a girl that I met when I was first in New York, okay? And she said something like, oh, men love having a younger wife. All my husbands have been older. She never initiated the divorce, okay? Just saying. That, really? All my girlfriends were okay with it? I don't think so. This girlfriend, even if they don't want to see that, a hypocritical statement, okay? If they don't want to see that, at least say, this girlfriend isn't. Why do you need to do it? Keep putting it back on them. Remember, they're going to try and move sideways. They're going to try and shift it back on you. Do not let them do a turnaround. It is not the agreement you have. You're not cool to do that. How would you feel if I did that? What if you came across, somebody said, I've got a Snapchat account, and somebody was on there and they got on and they're private and they're like, oh my, dude, that's like your girlfriend. I saw her with like this lingerie shots and all this sexy stuff, and she's talking to these guys. How would you feel? Oh, I'd be cool with it. Yeah, let's see. I'm not cool with a guy that doesn't care. I'm not. So do not apologize for wanting what you want. Okay. Jackie, we argue about it constantly. Oh boy. He swears when I bring it up. Ooh, I'm jealous and he says we're done. I say, okay, and then it repeats. Wow. It's going to repeat until somebody changes their behavior. Do you want this guy, Jackie? Do you? Really? Really, really, really? Are you talking about him doing this kind of behavior? Listen, anytime you come to that, what we're looking for in a healthy relationship is conflict resolution, okay? We want to be able to feel safe to articulate something that hurts us or it doesn't seem right, have a negotiation with our partner that comes into a compromise or changed behavior, and have resolution. And if you find that you're going back into problems and there's no resolution, you got a problem with the partner, okay? If you don't have a problem with yourself and you're clear and you know that and you've studied and you've worked on it, okay, super chat, got to answer this. Gary Harris, hello, Gary. Dating with a purpose, yes, and knowing what you want, yes, and being able to clearly state that is the best way to date. Thank you for all you do, Susan. Yes, yes, and yes. In a world of confusion, what would you imagine is the most essential thing you can bring to a group of confused people is clarity. Clarity and decisiveness. I like monogamy. I'm not going to apologize for it. If you don't do it, I don't care. If in 10 years it's not in vogue, I don't care. I don't care. I want what I want. That's it. Do you alter what you want on a menu? I bet you money. If you're ordering a steak and paying a lot of money for it and they don't serve it the way you want it, I bet you're going to tell them about that and to take it back. But in a relationship, oh, I don't know. What if I lose them? What if I upset them? I don't know. I better hold on to the horrible crumbs they're giving me because, oh God. And then we practice failure. And then we practice low self-esteem. Okay. RAF for education. Oh, hello, hello, hello. I know this one. Thank you for the £5. Thank you, RAF. Okay. My relationship changed within a week. I know. From her gushing about our future to over. And she's dated much worse guys for years, struggling to reconcile this. I know your story. You're a client of mine. The last part is new for me. She's dated much worse guys than this. You guys, I think one of my last videos, like pre-recorded videos, was that you're rejected because you're someone they could love. I know this story, Raf, and it's one of great disparity between the two of you and not just political friction. Okay, I know that. So I think she got in over her head. When we have a breakup, which this is really your issue, Raf, when you have a breakup, the mind has to find a reason. The mind must lock on to something logical that it can say, how did this person go from loving me and saying they never want me to leave and holding me in their arms and looking tenderly and like, oh my God, I've never felt like this before. Please don't leave me. I love you. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. To the next week, I'm not feeling it. I don't think we're going to be a couple. I don't think it'll work. If it's that dramatic, it's fear, 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 fear. Now, sometimes it's their fear. Sometimes it's fear that has been given to them from outside sources. There are a number of people that I work with who are madly in love with someone who can't think for themselves. They will follow what their friends say and what their embittered single friends or unhappily married friends will say to them about, oh, he did this and she did that, and so you better just bail, and they're crazy. And it's really about you satisfying yourself. So in this juncture for you, we are it's breakup triage. We are binding the wound, the emotional bleeding out. Love is a whiplash for some people. We are trying to get rid of this chaotic, frenetic back and forth. As long as you're clear and your participation, as long as you can keep refining your skills, clarity of what you want, explaining what you want, and learning, when to take things personally. Now, all love affairs we're going to take personally, okay? But at some point, you're going to find there's two things going on. There's the human living through it. Okay, maybe this is just me. There's me living through it, and there's the observer who's always watching overhead, like the whole drama going, oh, that's interesting. Oh, she's reacting to that. Oh, look at this possibility, blah, blah, blah. What's the greater message here? So there's you who's going to react, and then there's the you that's watching the entire dynamic of it. And in all of our relationships, what we want to do is try to get ourselves educated to be the best at our job, which is to be a partner, a good partner. And part of that is being very clear on the more we know about ourselves, the more we know about our correct match. Somebody with a disposition that will complement us, not aggravate the hell out of us. We don't want that. Sometimes we're attracted to our opposite, and that I think is a growth cycle. Everybody's in a different place for why they're doing their relationships. But Rafe, to answer your question, I think perhaps there was a lot more going on under the surface. And if you're with a partner that does not know themselves or isn't secure in speaking up or isn't great at their skill set for handling a relationship, remember, people that can't handle any kind of friction, differences, or any kind of commentary from you that's to the negative, they're going to bolt. Their circuits short, right? It's like you've given them input, you've come to them very honestly, you're having honest communication, you're talking to them, they're like, this is uncomfortable. I only know dysfunctional. I want to leave. I didn't like what I had, but you know what? I'm comfortable because I know it. So sometimes people bolt because you're here and they're there. But guess what? You should break that connection anyway. Okay? There's always something wonderful in somebody we loved. I mean, it's not black and white. You could have a person with wonderful characteristics and be completely horrible at being a partner because they're unaware, they're needy, they're weak, they're condescending, they're insecure, they're controlling, they're whatever. Okay, so the best remedy I have for you is for you to know your end of it. Okay, let's see what else you all are saying. Okay, Patrick, I'm 35, and these days there's not much love. There's not much out there. Okay, keep looking. I work with fabulous clients. You guys have to realize by the time somebody comes to me, their relationship is either over or so fractured that they're at the point that they've got to speak to a specialist. So I get a lot of people that get turned out and they're single and they're accomplished and good at what they know how to be in a relationship. My Trip in Love, $10 US. Thank you. Oh my God, you guys are so wonderful. Thank you. I'm in a relationship where we are open with each other and communicate all our issues so we don't fight. Bravo, fantastic. You've been such a help to break myself from continuing in bad relationships for me. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. You guys, I wrote it out. My Trip in Love. I so appreciate this. It seems kind of fundamental, doesn't it? Like, let's just speak honestly, but who knew that it would be so radical? I really appreciate this. I'm so grateful to hear that. There's a girl on Instagram that wrote me, what's it called? Zen Maiden One. I don't know who she is. She wrote a DM saying, oh my God, I'm getting married today. I saw one of your videos on how we lock into the snapshot. There's always a snapshot when we've been with somebody and we've had a bad breakup. The reason we can't get over them is our mind has clicked onto one image. That moment that we were laughing in the car and there was music and the weather was perfect and they looked over with longing eyes and you thought, oh my God, I never want this to end. She said she deconstructed that, got out of a bad relationship, and today, Zen Maiden One is marrying the love of her life. And she said, had she not seen that, she would have been hanging on to the one that was a problem. So don't be afraid to do the partner shuffle when you have to. Okay, another super chat. CA, $5. Okay, thank you. K Arrows. Okay, thank you for the $5. What happens if after noticing micro-cheating, you suspect cheating but aren't sure? Confronting leads to them denying. Snooping escalates anxiety. Okay, so you're at a crossroads right here. Part of you is that you see the signs and you're questioning, it's a very small little string that separates micro-cheating from walking into physical cheating. My dear, if you are at the point that you're already having this and suspecting cheating, you didn't get here for no reason. So my question to you, I don't know whether you're married and have kids and this is difficult or whether you've just met somebody and you really like them and you think you're in a relationship and they've agreed to it. This person doesn't make you feel safe or comfortable or secure. That's what you're supposed to get in a relationship. Otherwise, we can be by ourselves. I mean, you should feel safe and secure within yourself. Partnership should be the cherry on top. But if this person isn't adding to the quality of your life, at least let's try, they're not destroying the quality of your life. If as you look at your life, this person in your life is neutral, all right, are you treading water? Why are you there? Whatever, you're finishing your graduate degree. I don't know what you're doing, new job, you're about to leave town, it doesn't matter. But they should be adding to the quality of your life. Or why? Why? Don't harm yourself. Think more of yourself. If you have to live in consternation with your solar plexus going off, is that love? That's not love. That's not loving to yourself. So you have ample cause to feel unsafe. So the conversation for you, my dear, I see this behavior and this hurts me. And it really makes me question our agreement of what we've got. I'm under the impression that we're a couple. I'm under the impression that we are monogamous. So I need from my partner, the partner that I choose to love, I need the safety and security of knowing that they have appropriate behavior. I need to know that they respect me, not just in private, but in public as well. I need to know that my feelings count. I need to know that they're actually with me, that they want to be with me, and that they're happy to be with me. And if that doesn't sound like you, then I'm not in the right relationship. That's just off the top of my head, but something like that in your language, okay? I hope that helps you. All right, Huff, Thomas Sully. Okay, thank you so much for your contribution. Oh my God. Just a notification, I think the Magnifi link in the description is broken, probably. God, you guys, I'm so sorry. Thank you. In the main bio underneath this, yeah, Magnifi, I love them dearly. Oh my God, they tripled my income. I can't believe I'm saying this. 2 years in a row and almost tripled it. That would be, but they're fabulous people. And they've been going through a lot of changes. If some of you have been trying to reach me on Magnifi, you've been frustrated, they're integrating the big system. And I refuse to give up my current app. And I said to them, I don't like your new app. The calls are going dead, so I will fix that. Thank you so much for that. Look at how great my clients are. You guys are so wonderful. You're wonderful. Thank you for that. But if you ever want a quickie, okay, like if you think I don't have enough money, I don't want to do her individual sessions. I like her chats, but I got a really specific question. I don't know whether she's going to answer it in a video chat. I really need to know. It's by the minute. Okay, first minute's for free. It's $8 a minute. I can get in and out of an answer in a couple minutes, really. But it is first come, first serve. So sometimes I'll be on for an hour and a half with somebody. I don't know. But thank you for that, Thomas. I really appreciate that. Okay, so what else do we have here? Everybody. I love the fact that you're talking to each other. Peanut, help. I broke up with my first boyfriend. He treated me badly, lies, manipulation, gaslighting. And I'm so annoyed he treated me that way when I was genuine. I feel stupid. I was too naive. How can I calm down? Oh, that's so beautiful. So first of all, please don't hate yourself for being loving. In a few decades, you're going to wish to God you could pull up that emotion as easily as you did this time. I wrote a beautiful article. Why the first love is something about first love is the sweet skin. I don't even remember the title now. I used to change them for my website and then change them for Huffington Post. But the first cut is the deepest, of course. And your first love is so pure because it's you without any filter, without any guard, without any baggage, without any hurt. And it's so beautiful. And believe me, we struggle to get back to that place. And for all the pain that you felt, you have to admit there will never be higher highs. And those of you who've fallen in love recently, even after your first love, and you know this, that maybe it finally happened in your 30s or it happened again in your 40s and you never thought you'd feel it again. The highs are so high, the lows are so low. But Believe me, the hormonal cocktail going off in your body is outrageous. Love is the most powerful spiritual portal, and it can transport you into a you didn't think you were that good, that you could ever be that good, that loving, that kind, that patient, that sweet. And sometimes it's not reciprocated. It's too much for the other person. It's bad timing. It's whatever. Don't hate yourself for being that. Did they hurt you? Most of us, the first love is excruciating. I mean, I had a client that actually, well, no, he wasn't a client. He was a musician who wrote an entire song about first love from the article in Huffington Post, used some of the lyrics. I said, oh, go ahead, whatever, and then married his first love. They'd been separated all these years. I think he was in his late 40s. They married different people. Then they found each other again. And that was the thing that prompted him. So, you never know how these things are going to work out. But somebody who didn't take care of you, don't beat yourself up for loving. We are here to learn how to love courageously, but smartly. Okay. Sometimes the worst thing I have to tell my clients is, oh God, I feel so terrible, you guys. I have to tell you there's no Santa Claus. I hate it. There are times I have to tell my client that person is never coming back. I am so sorry. Or you're being used. This was a con job from day one. Do you know how it hurts me to say that to naive soul? I feel like that mean ogre that's going, nah, there's no Santa Claus. Nah. And I don't want to do that. But I have to sometimes hurt you to help you. So you are here. Congratulations. You found the right home for an open heart that wants to learn how to manage yourself. I'm not a great channel if you're a player. I got nothing for you. I'm a great channel if you're a loving, kind person that wants desperately to find deep, meaningful, resonant love with another person and wants an evolved relationship that's going to grow and flourish. And you want to know how to be the best you in that, how to love courageously, speak honestly, and be decisive, be fair, be kind, but be nobody's fool. This is the right channel. So you found your way here, my darling. Good for you. Okay, what do we have here? One more super chat. Emma Lee. Hello, Emma. I caught my ex using Tinder. Wow. Okay. He broke up with me afterwards. How do I recover from being cheated on and being dumped? Ooh. Okay. So I have this little audio booklet called Breakup Triage, The Cure for Heartache. I could walk you through it now. I'll give you some basic steps. You guys, anybody that's on Audible, I think it's for free. We don't get to set our prices with Amazon. You set your price for something, they're like, oh no, we think it's going to be $1. Okay. But that is 33 minutes of the best advice I could give you ever. 7 steps. Number 1, you know the reason. You're halfway there. Only got 6 more steps. Number 2, you got to deconstruct your partner. You got to write down the good side, the bad side. Also that, were they the last bus? Oh my God, I'll never be loved again, blah, blah, blah. Then you have to do the 360. Then you have to do a matter of looking at the dream that made you fall in love with them. When you have a boyfriend who's cheated on you, first of all, you were not on the same page. I don't know whether you were in a committed relationship. If you don't know that you were in a committed relationship, that's your number 1 thing that you have to fix next time going out. You have to insist upon the fact of what we're doing here. At some point in the relationship, you have to define from day one what you're looking for. It doesn't have to be them, but if it scares them off, let them go then. Okay. So your partner wanted somebody else, wanted multiple people, wanted to play around, and broke up with you. Okay. It seems like it happened in very fast order, so you didn't stay there and suffer. It doesn't sound like you're trapped with kids and, oh my God, I've got to put up with this behavior, and you don't know how to extricate yourself. So you're set free by a series of events, callous, not as we would like, but you are where you are supposed to be, which is separated from this person. So now the job is to one of reconstruction. Looking at what you want, looking at what you've learned, do a forensic assessment of what worked, what didn't work, what you want to keep, what you want to throw away, what you want to change, what you want to amend, and then include your own behavior in that as well. I hope that helps you. If you want to work with me, SusanWinter.net. You can chat me up and see what different vehicles that we have to work together. Okay, who else? I know there's a lot of comments. Okay, let's see. Oh, I love the fact, Amanda, the two, you're talking back and forth. I love this. You guys can be a great resource for each other, okay? Let's see. Uh, okay, you're the best 122. The dumper sometimes comes back. You don't want them anymore then. So they get a little dose of their own medication. So this is something interesting. And I think those of you who've been in love and gone back for a double check of your ex, and sometimes this happens, and you'd be surprised. I have very few no contact rules, guys. They're not hard and fast. I mean, you're being physically abused, emotionally abused, yes, no contact, okay? They're a narcissist, no contact. But in most relationships, there are times that people just mess up. If they're kind of things like timing or they did something wrong but something inside you goes, I don't know, my gut tells me this is a good person, something went sideways. They could have been poorly instructed by one of their mates, one of their friends. One of their chums could have said to them, oh, do this, this, and this. This is really cool. Oh, don't call her back for a week. Oh, pretend you're dating with somebody else. Oh, treat her terribly. Don't compliment her. You don't want her to get a big head. So they can get all sorts of bad information. If you want to go back in for a second assessment and you reconnect with your ex, chances are, this is not with a 20-year span, like the one that I told you, who went back and fell in love and married his first girlfriend ever, his first love. But this is the kind that, something has happened in the last couple months or the last year or so. You're never going to be able to love them to the same degree because now you have hurt. And so, for the first little person that wrote and said that they had their first heartache, you're not going to be able to do that twice with the same person. There's going to be an innate sense of self-protection. We love this. We've got to have that, right? If not, we are not surviving. So our innate sense of self-preservation it'll allow us to love, but we will be proceeding with great caution because now we have intrepidation. We don't trust them. They have a lot to prove to us. And we probably have a fairly short fuse because we have a backlog of misdeeds. So if they start to try and pull some nonsense, we're going to be like, no, my first decision, the breakup was the right one. Whether you decided it or I decided it, we are not on the same page. Okay, so let's see what else is going on here. What do y'all have to say? Let's see. Okay, but sometimes you're over them and it's too late. Yeah. Next. Why do you think that that's a problem? Why do you think that your growth is a problem? Does it mean that because we love somebody once, we must love them always? If I think about the people that I knew in my 20s, just socially, by situation, that we were singing together, we were performing together, am I in contact with them now? No, it was situational. And sometimes love is like that too. You're in college, you're first working at a company together, you're working on a project together, and you're thrown together, and somebody that you wouldn't have noticed otherwise has enough of the qualities that you go, they're agreeable. I'll give it a shot. Why not? They're not ideally situated for you, but you make a go of it, and then you break up because it isn't really it. And why would you assume that that's wrong? Maybe going your separate ways is the best thing, right? Okay. Let's see. Are there any other questions you guys want me to answer? Because we've done a good job. So we're clear on micro cheating, that the number one thing we have to remember is don't let them do the turnaround. Don't let them gaslight you. Don't let them tell you that, that you're trying to control them. You are simply trying to have a respectful relationship. And it doesn't involve being duplicitous. It doesn't. It doesn't involve dishonesty, right? So it's going very quickly here. Okay. Hello, my name is Deborah. I'm new. Very good. Welcome. I'm happily married and I'm in love, but I still have nightmares about my ex that mistreated me, cheating, etc. How do I stop this? Okay. You're happily married, right? Are you dreaming about an ex in the past? I think this is what you're talking about. So if this is the case, when people have a leg amputated, they have that phantom limb syndrome where they dream that they have a leg. So, there's going to be some residual uncorking of your emotions when you sleep. That's like where we let stuff go. And it's really common for people in AA to, be sober, I don't know, 3-6 months, a year, and suddenly have a dream that they drank and wake up in a panic. You are not currently being abused by your ex. Your ex cheated, and it sounds to me like you found your way to a happy, committed relationship. So that person, I would look at them rather than traumatizing you. I would say, wow, if it hadn't been for that person cheating, I wouldn't be happily married now with this person. They had to be so bad, they fell off the conveyor belt and they were a broken little toy and couldn't be sent to me. So they're gone. And look what was given to me instead. I would look at that as, thank you, God, that this person acted out and I was able to find my match. Why not spin it that way? And don't worry about dreams. It's unloading a lot of stuff. Okay. So I hope that helped you. Anybody else? You're so on the money. Wow. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Little man 787. Susan, you spoke about the snapshot with an X that makes it difficult to move on. How do we delete it? 1, you're going to use your mind to make your heart understand, okay? Look at the snapshot and remember that was a segment of time. One thing that made the dream. That snapshot created the dream that went that you built around the partner. That was the fantasy that you wanted to create. That was the story you were going to create. Had that partner been the right person, they would have fulfilled it because it would have been easily within their means, because they would have also wanted what you wanted and they would have participated the way you were participating. So they would have been a resonant match, but they were not. They didn't complete that. So we capture that one moment and that's what we hang on to. But that is the distillation of your dream. So if you had to have like a one-line, an elevator speech, that's the elevator speech for your whole relationship. That's what you built it on. So therefore, you built the dream from the frozen snapshot. So we use our mind to deconstruct it logically. That was one moment in time. How many other moments did I have like that? 1 or 2, maybe 3. Well, the beginning was good. Well, not all of the beginning. Well, part of the beginning. Well, there was another couple times. Okay, so I'm suffering. Let me understand my thinking. I'm suffering today because I have one good snapshot, 4 or 5 occasions where they were cool, and another couple things, but the rest of the relationship gave me nothing but heartache, but I refused to let go because I'm a junkie looking for the first high, which is never going to happen again. That's how we work it out. Okay. Oh, now you guys are coming fast and furious. Okay. Huff. Okay. Thank you again. Tom and Sally. Thank you. Thank you. The contribution. Thank you. 4,000. Guys, one general truth. When you are confused, you are about to learn something. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. I told you. And he's good looking and he's evolved. Okay. And keep in mind, everything happens for a reason. Yes, yes, yes. What happened, happened. It could not happen any other way. Learn and grow from it. Yay. Oh, I'm done. Okay. You guys are going to take over. I'm going to write you my questions. That is brilliant. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I don't know whether I'm reading this right. Is this $100? Oh my God. Well, it's something. Okay. Rosemary Espinoza. Hello, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this contribution. This is amazing. I've been dating a guy for a few weeks. He said we should be exclusive and delete our Tinder accounts. Okay. However, he's still very active on other accounts, on other social media, liking girls' pics and kind of flirting with them. Okay. You do know this. Okay. You've seen it. Have you presented that information to him? Have you told him how that makes you feel? Do you know for sure that he's off Tinder? I'd get one of your girlfriends to go on. Make sure that she has her filters set to what looks like him. Like looks like something that he would like, and see if he's actually on there. Yeah. So this is beautiful because it could be the beginning of micro cheating. He's still very active on other side. liking. Who are the girls? And you say liking them and kind of flirting with them. That's currently now, you are now an established couple and exclusive. I would tell him that you see this behavior and you've actually kind of, if you know any of the mutual people, if you have a mutual friend group, and you could say, my friends have told me that they see you, like chatting these girls up and liking them. That's really hurtful. I just want to, we're in an exclusive relationship, right? And so micro cheating is obviously another form of cheating, right? So you do know that, like, it's not cool. So are we okay on being respectful here? Because I'm doing my part. I'm crazy about you, really like you. And I want to know I'm safe to love you. Because I just got to tell you, the number one thing that'll kill any attraction, any desire for you is that kind of behavior. Just saying. Can't help myself. Just what happens to me. It just goes, and I don't want that to happen. Think we can work on this? I don't know. Whatever is your language. Okay. Oh my goodness. You guys are so good. Huff. Okay. You're so great. You guys, we are just about at the end of our time. I have another interview on, let's see, Say Allo, which is a video dating app. And that's coming up in a little bit right after this. And I have to be available for them. So that's cool. So if you're hunting for apps, keep looking. Try during this time of whether you're in lockdown, or you're coming out, or you're not so sure, or bars aren't open, or whatever. Do some video dating. It's actually kind of cool. And I think that's something that you can see and, can get a little dressed up and share, kind of a virtual cocktail together, or have tea or coffee in the morning or whatever, and have a chat. And so I want to remind all of you that I can't do this without you. Okay, we've got another thing coming in here. I'm going to do one last one. If I miss a super chat, I will get to it when this show goes live on my channel, and I'll answer it in caps. CA. Okay, again. So wait, this is, okay, maybe I've got a couple in here. All right, this is, how do you get an ex back after begging and pleading? Well, that is why you didn't get them back, and that's not going to work. It's been 7 months. I can't reach out again without losing my self-respect. Honey, you already lost it. I miss her, and I've been a mess. Okay, you and I have to work. I can't do this in 4 minutes, but what I can tell you is if you are begging and pleading to get an ex back, that person's not coming back. Are you a guy? Because when a girl's done, she's done. Really, really, really hard to get a girl back. We have infinite patience for you guys, but there's the craziest thing that one day something happens and it all just goes like that. So I don't know your situation, but you should not be begging and pleading. There's a whole course for getting back an ex, okay? And I can walk you through that. But it starts with correcting your errors. It starts with distance, proving that you've done the change. Slow contact, volley, and then eventually being the example of what they thought they wanted and you were not, and that you are now. But you can't do it this way, okay, guys? So I will be happy to work with you. Go to SusanWinter.net. All of you, if you want a consultation, SusanWinter.net. We can either do Magnifi. I'll make sure. Thomas, thank you. I'll get the right link here. Happy to work with you by the minute. Happy to work with you with a pre-reserved session for 45 minutes. Come back next week. We will have another chat. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to hear this instead of watch it, well, actually the live shows I don't put on the Susan Winter Show, but any of the pre-recorded shows I do, and that's going to be iHeartRadio, the Susan Winter Show. One last one. Thomas. Oh, wait, this is the same one. I think you did this. I think we're all done. Guys, one last truth. When you're confused, you're about to learn something. Okay, we are done for the day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are all wonderful. You are wonderful, wonderful. Again, join me next week. I adore all of you. Thank you for being a great audience. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone. See you soon.